You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Polo and Tell, is that you?
Mic check. Mic check waifu waifu. Until, is that you?
What's up, sir? Mix-a-Lot, Polo Born Fly himself. Man, that boy Polo over there working with some heat.
Trying, man. I'm trying. We gonna put this to good use one day, but I just got a new mixer, so if it sounds different, I'm sorry. If it sounds bad, it shouldn't sound bad, but we working with it. This is episode 93 of Mic Check Waifu Waifu, brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code Waifu to save on your entire cart. It's also brought to you by Don't Talk Shop. Ad coming later. Don'tTalkShop.com. Bro, there's a lot for us to talk about, but before we talk about what we got to talk about, we have to thank our Patreon supporters: Monique Williams, Connor, Explicitly, Treesus, and Aaron Brown. Thank y'all so much for supporting the podcast for as long as you guys have. It means a lot to us. It keeps the lights on, keeps us going. Bro, listen, there's a show I've been watching, or two shows I've watched that are dope. Well, one is dope, one is not so much dope, but we'll talk about that a little later. We have a whole lot of Twitter questions.
This is the question episode.
This
apparently.
is definitely the AMA. Apparently, let's see. I wanted to jump off with one, and it's gonna come from the homie Uncle Mike. It's Uncle Mike, one of our newest Patreon supporters at the Otaku tier. He says, "I want to let you guys know that I've been having a lot of medical issues lately, and this podcast is really a godsend. I don't know what I would do without it. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you for rocking with us. And I'm sorry if you ain't want me reading that on the pod, but I wanted to share because we appreciate that so much. Mike, his name is it's Uncle Mike on Twitter. We appreciate you, brother.
We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for keeping us going, and you keep us inspired as well.
Facts, whole time. Man, where do we want to start? Do we want to do some therapy, or are we good this week?
No, I mean, next week is probably gonna be. We gonna need the therapy.
We gonna need it. Yeah.
Just know redo of Healer is. I mean, these last episodes wasn't bad to me.
Right.
They were probably more on the interesting in terms of story development and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree. It wasn't too bad. Not anything to like stress out about. So we're gonna save the therapy for the next episode because we both feel like we're definitely gonna need it. But man, I can't, that Attack on Titan, bro. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it.
Really? We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we're gonna save that for the spoilers talk, but I gotta throw this question in here while we got I'm gonna save it for a little bit later. It's not gonna be a spoiler question, but we're gonna save it for a little bit later. This is definitely a topic we should touch at least. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Before we get into that, we gotta talk about what we've watched. I of course try to watch at least 2 full shows throughout the week. And I did that. I watched one. Let me go to it real quick because I gotta make sure I talked about this one. Was it good? No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna talk about it because I do think it's interesting.
Okay.
This one that I just finished. It's called Orishura. Where to start? It's a slice of life, and it started off with so much potential, like most of them do. The studio that produced it was A1 Pictures, so of course I watched the entire thing because it was A1 Pictures and it looked good. But Orishura is about a guy who decided that he was going to give up on love and become loveless so he can just focus on his academics. Okay, he has a childhood best friend who was the ace of like the kendo team, who had an accident in her kendo training, and the accident caused her not to be able to be a part of any active sports that involves her hip because she injured her hip. So she couldn't do the kendo that she was also, excited for and good at. She was one of the best in the country. So he decided to take up the mantle of becoming a doctor. And in order for him to do that, he had to go to, of course, a prestigious school that he obviously can't afford because his parents divorced each other and they both split up, but they left him with his aunt. So he's like, yo, fuck love. Love ain't shit. Love don't mean nothing to me. I'm just going to focus on my academics so I can help my childhood best friend get back to where she belongs. Okay. Now, it's cool. Great premise. Okay. He goes to school. It's this transfer student that gets transferred to this school. He's number one in his entire school in academics. This girl is fucking fawned over by every guy in the school. Okay. She's gorgeous, beautiful character, long white hair, blue eyes, pale skin. She's like mixed. She's like half American or some shit like that. No, she's like half New Zealand or some shit. So everybody loves her except for him because he's not into it. They do assigned seating. She ended up sitting next to him in class, and he just don't pay her no attention. Like he doesn't give a fuck about her or who she is or what she looked like, and he completely ignores her. She notices this and decides that she's going to like meet up with him after school, and they're going to discuss. No, it was actually during class that she confessed her love for him. And asked him to be her boyfriend. And he's like, yo, no, I'm not into love. Everybody in the class was tripping out like, yo, why wouldn't you do that? She's the best girl in the school, blah, blah, blah. He was all upset about it. So after school, he meets up with her at this park. And then this is where he finds out that she's the same as him. She doesn't like love. She says, fuck that shit. It's awful because of what my dad done to my mom. And I don't like it. But since we're both in the same boat, let's decide to fake date each other. So then that I don't have to worry about being approached by all the guys. And he's like, nah, why would I waste my time fake dating you? Because there's no point in that for me. Like I don't gain anything, which totally makes sense. Right. But the problem is she threatens him with this notebook that he had in his childhood that he accidentally sold to a bookstore. It had literally his entire otaku life written in his notebook. And she says she's going to expose that to the entire school if he doesn't go along with her plan. So she's a total bitch. But there's come to find out that there's other girls that end up liking him, and it becomes this weird harem situation. And from here, it's a real bad show because I don't like none of the girls at all, period. Until the very, very end is when I finally like the white haired chick. But the very, very end is very unsatisfying. There's nothing wrapped up. There's not a season 2. There's nothing to even go forward unless I want to read the light novels, which I'm probably not going to do because I don't think it's worth it. But I was intrigued all the way up until the end to find out what the fuck he was going to do, because it ended up getting to the point where he had to make a choice on who he was going to pick to actually be with. None of his other childhood crushes knew that their relationship was faked. So they were all just trying to win him back or whatever the situation is. But it was a waste of my time, and I'm sad I watched it. But I watched the whole fucking thing because I'm committed.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Damn, I'm sorry, bro.
I watched the whole fucking thing.
But look, it's an experience, and you rated it on AniList, right?
Did I rate it? No.
Yeah, make sure other people know not to waste their time.
You know what? Valid point. Real valid.
So, a funny thing is I rewatched Cash Earned Sins, right?
Yeah, we talked about that on the Anime After Dark, right?
I did. Now Cash Earned Sins, I rewatched it. Oh yeah, shout out to Anime After Dark. That was actually pretty fun.
It was real dope.
Enjoyed being on there with them. I haven't watched it since 2012, so rewatching it this week was kind of, it made me realize how my views and taste changed quite a bit, right? Yeah. Because visually, I think it's a great show, but the characters are very, very bland. They have a goal, but their depth is irrelevant, bro.
Interesting. That's how most of the older shows were, right?
But it was 2008 when it came out.
Oh, right? The remake, right?
The remake, yeah. Now the original characters. Now I get, that original show was years when it originally came out, but this current one, like the sound design and stuff was really cool. The voice acting and dubs and stuff seemed like okay. It wasn't like blow your mind and whatnot,
right?
But I found myself like not paying attention to where I had to like sit down and just say no. we're gonna watch this, but like. It is not as fond as I remember, actually.
Interesting.
And I'm like, yeah, this ain't cutting it. This ain't it. Do I think it's good for a first watch? Yes. I think a second watch, though, it didn't hold up, even with like me not remembering everything in it. It was just like not very good. But I think if I watched it for the first time, I would have been okay with it.
Right.
Yeah. You the characters, Cash Earn is immortal. And he basically wants to die. And the coolest concept of it was really the fact of how the world works, right? There's humans and robots are essentially immortal because they're robots, right? You can just replace their parts and they live forever. Well, robots have this constant rust that's happening due to Cash Earn killing like the robot princess or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to give too many details. But he kills Robot Princess basically, and it spreads this like robot rust, and they blame him for it. And there's this lie going around that says if you eat Cash Earn as robot, you will no longer rust. You will live forever. He doesn't rust. He's pristine and always perfect. Like, it's cool.
Deep.
It's cool, but it's also just not, bro. Like, everybody he comes across like, oh, you're Cash Earn, right? And they try and eat him, and he goes into war machine mode where he loses consciousness and kills them on accident. He's like, no, my goal is not to kill them. I want to let them kill me. And it's just stupid until it's not stupid anymore. And I was like, okay, now it doesn't start getting better until like halfway through. And you're like, okay, this is better now. You got to get through 12 episodes before it makes like any kind of sense.
How many episodes is it in total?
24.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Gotta get through 12?
12 of them before it starts making any kind of sense.
I mean, I do that on the weekly.
The only kind of interesting character was the first human he meets. And he was really just trying to commit suicide, but couldn't find a reason to. Yeah, but yeah, Cash Earn Sins, one watch, definitely. 2 watches, nah, hold that, bro.
Speaking of old anime, we got a question from BJ Bernardo 10 on Twitter. He says, this is somebody brand new. He says, does the world need a reboot of Sailor Moon? It is my favorite anime of all time, and really the only I've ever watched on a reg. So could we get it rebooted? Sailor Moon, does it need a reboot? I would always say yeah for Sailor Moon. Magical Girl isn't my shit. Like I don't like it. It's not my forte. But Sailor Moon was always something that was there that I would look at, never watch, but be interested in the conversation, right? Like there's people that always talk about Sailor Moon and how powerful she is and how she could beat up everybody in the Anniverse, but I mean, it wouldn't hurt for it to get a reboot, like a proper Shaman King-esque reboot, right? At least that's how
Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon literally has 2 movies coming this year.
Oh, well, they're just movies though. I think he referring to like an anime reboot.
Yeah, they're getting 2 movies one by Studio Dean and Toei Animation.
Oh,
they're both by Studio Dean and Toei Animation.
Studio Dean, didn't they do Seven Deadly?
Did they? Because if they did, they dropped them all there.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't think it would be a bad idea to do it, because I think, and this is just my opinion, because obviously you have stuff like quintessential quintuplets and whatnot, and a lot of slice of life, but I think Sailor Moon as a remake would be a good kind of like intro anime, especially for like younger girls and guys who kind of just want to see something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be able to get you in the door, right? Because Dragon Ball really ain't it no more in terms of getting a lot of people in the door. Like it gets some people in the door, but give like the people who like something a little less, I guess I mean, it is still fighting. So I mean, I'm not even gonna say less fighting, but something that has a more of a
Monster of
pretty
the
art
Week.
style.
Yeah.
Or even that Monster of the Week. But yeah, I think it should make a comeback. I would definitely be willing to give a watch of that, because I haven't watched the original Sailor Moon in absolute years, like
Right.
since I was in elementary school.
That's clean. Magical Girl just isn't my shit though. It just never has been.
Madoka Magica, bro. Watch it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
That's the only magical girl anime I'll root for. I did have another one, but it didn't really hit that spot for me. But I do have one other question.
What's up?
So I meant to ask this question last week, but they sent it to us late. It was Black Anime Pods on Instagram.
Okay.
They said, and I'm only saying this because it was in conjunction with old stuff.
Yeah.
Best anime studio of the 2000s. And I mean,
Wow,
it can
what
be
a great
all the
question.
2000s, but yeah, best anime studios of the 2000s. And I had to pull up some studios, bro.
And
And
2000s. So that's like
Yeah.
2009 and below, right?
yeah,
Okay. Hold on. I got one. Let me make
now
sure I get the name.
Mappa was still around.
Of course. If were they popping though? What did they produce?
I'm trying to see actually, because you got Studio, who was around in the early 2000s. Studio Dean,
My best
Shaft
one,
Studios.
my favorite one. Before you continue, I don't want you to name it before I can say it.
Go ahead.
Kyoto Animation.
Okay,
Kyoto
I like that.
Animation is my top, because they did Clannad obviously, and that show is beautiful. Minus like the character eye design, like a lot of people don't like. I don't mind the eye design, but a lot of people don't like that. But I loved how beautiful it was when it came to its scenes. For sure.
I am, goodness gracious, I am probably gonna go with Polo.
Yo, Kyoto
I'm
Animation
probably
also did a silent voice too. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And Violet Evergarden? Yeah. They're goated.
So, goodness, this is, and I was like looking at it, I was like, yo, this is kind of hard for me, but I will go with Studio Madhouse. No, yeah, Studio Madhouse.
Studio Madhouse. Let me look that up real quick. Let's see what they got.
Let me see if I can pull up something. When they make in the early 2000s.
They got Boogie Pop. That shit looked sweet. It wasn't good, but it looked good.
Yeah. That's it.
Hajime no Ippo. Okay, the 2000s.
Hunter was 2011. Goodness.
Beyblade.
High School of Dead.
High School of the Dead. Yes. Trigun.
Lilo and Stitch. Oh, wow. Oh, they did Cash and Sins, which I had no idea until now. Which I did say I like that art style. They did Death Note. Highlander. They did Claymore, which I think I like the way Claymore looks.
Okay. So you're right on Madhouse.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like Madhouse.
I'm gonna stick with Kyoto. I think they're goated.
Other than that, I would have to choose Studio Dean because they did the Fate series before Unlimited Budget Works happened.
Yeah, demons. Straight demons are beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
Let me see. This other show I watched. It's called and I didn't even say the name. You asked me and I forgot to mention it. The name is I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. That's the entire title. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to this show, okay?
Oh God.
And pull up the first episode. It's only one season. The first episode, and you ain't even gotta fast forward. Just watch that first minute. Okay.
I couldn't become a hero?
Yes. I couldn't become a hero, so I decided reluctantly to get a job.
Where it's on Hulu?
No, it's on Crunchyroll.
Got you. I'm going to open it right now.
Yeah. While you do that, it's about a guy who is in this fantasy world. Like, it's not an isekai or anything like that. It's just the world. It's this fantasy world where the demon lord was slayed 2 years ago. Okay. Demon lord was slayed 2 years ago. So the world is literally at peace right now, and they're normal. He had the talent of becoming a hero, like real good hero. Okay. Real good fucking hero. He's real good. And the problem is, since the world no longer needs heroes, he has to get a regular basic ass job. So he works at this thing called a magic shop, or which is like a Sears or a fucking Best Buy, actually, where they sell appliances and electronics that is powered by magic. But this the demon lord's daughter gets transported to like the human realm, and she is going to be working under him. So he has to take her under his wing and teach her how to sell, magical equipment or electronics and shit. So I was watching the first minute of it. Tell me that shit don't look beautiful, bro. The animation is gorgeous. This show is fucking good, man. It is good. All right. The animation looks fantastic.
That's not what I'm laughing at.
Are you looking at the chicken?
You know what I'm laughing at, bro.
Yeah, I do.
Bro, there's so much shit jiggling in that first minute, bro. Yeah. Her fronts is jiggling, her backs is jiggling.
I just wanted to teach you how gorgeous that animation is. Now, it doesn't have that much fighting in it. Actually, next to none outside of that first minute. But I wish it did, because when they do fight, they go off when it comes to the animation. Like, it looks fucking clean as hell. Camera angles and everything. It's definitely an ecchi kind of show. It's a romance. And
them things was booga 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 booga. I'm sorry.
It's censored on Crunchyroll, but it's an uncensored version on the sites that shall not be named. Sammy knew what I'm talking about. Shout out to Sammy. But it's good, man. I enjoy this one a lot. Like, I'm on episode 8. I literally just finished episode 8 right before we recorded. This will be done probably tonight, because I ain't going to sleep. I want to finish this. I gotta finish this fucking show. It's real good. Real good. The characters are super likable. And then it's that plot, that premise, man. It's like the devil is a part-timer almost, but not quite the devil is a part-timer. It's not as silly as the devil is a part-timer, but it's real good though. I think it's a good watch. You can find it on Crunchyroll. It's censored though, or you can find it on their site that shall not be named, uncensored, if you into that. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. Do you watch anything else?
I'm still thinking about them things jiggling all over the place.
Yeah, you ain't got nothing else?
No, I what? I'm sorry. I ain't watching nothing else.
All right.
I watched a lot of other stuff, but nothing like that.
All right. Before we continue, there's an announcement I want to make. I want to shout out to Project Manga, of course. Shout out to Noxy PM at Noxy_PM on Twitter. He's going to join us for our Jujutsu Kaisen review. It's going to be our first review in a long while.
A
hot minute. So it's going to be special. It's going to be special. We had to bring him on, and that's going to be like our manga centric episode too, because he's like big on manga, obviously. So we're going to talk a lot about mangas. If you have any manga questions, write to us on Twitter or on Instagram at Mike Check Waifu on Twitter, or at Mike Check Waifu on Instagram. Get your questions in for Noxy, me, or Tell. But I'm going to be possibly the one asking the most questions, because I'm new to the manga game. So he gonna learn me. I'm going to have him and Tell discussing it all. So be ready for that. It's going to be exciting. Now, as always, I'm going to remember to do this now every week when we record, okay? Tell, out of everything you watched, including our weeklies, okay? Shout out to Jobless Reincarnation, because that's done now. We should probably give a review to that after our Jujutsu Kaisen review. There was a few shows that... I think that was the only show that ended, actually. But the rest is still ongoing right now. This week, what episode of our weeklies did you enjoy the most? That had the biggest impact on you?
It's hard, bro. It's between Dr. Stone and ReZero and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. Great
The
episode.
time I reincarnated as a slime.
Great fucking episode.
Yeah, like yeah. And if we talk about just like overall backstory, Attack on Titan, yeah, that's
the one I'm picking. We can only pick one.
I'm choosing. God damn.
Only pick one.
I'm choosing ReZero.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Come on, man. That's like for both of us. I know every episode of every show that we watched, as far as weekly goes, was fantastic this week. Even Quintessential Quintuplets had me fucking going. Like this shit was live. But I have to say, above all else, ReZero definitely takes the episode of the week for us, or for me too.
Consistently.
My gosh.
I mean, we also what they did is just like, come on. If they don't bring Rem back in this next episode, I'm gonna be salty.
If they do bring her back, I'm gonna be salty because I got so much love in my heart right now. For the contract,
you need more love. I don't want to hear that. For
Subaru's new contracted spirit. I'm not gonna go into full spoilers, but when I heard that Subaru, I nearly lost my shit. I'm like, it's been how long? Not once. The entire show. I gotta stop. Okay.
Right.
Yo.
But they pulled up, bro. They pulled up.
Yo, ReZero is the greatest anime of all time. Speaking of ReZero, Scuba Steve DM'd us a question that he got from TikTok. Somebody named Nate Dumlow on TikTok said, you can only watch one anime, okay, for the rest of your life. But that one anime will continue to receive new episodes constantly for the rest of your life. That's the only show you can watch. Now, what I said in our DMs back and forth, he DM'd me on Twitter, like my personal Twitter, and he said, I'm like, interesting, got you, even though you already probably know what we gonna say. He said, damn, laugh out loud, ReZero. And I'm like, life would be so great. But then I said, okay, I'll make it so we couldn't choose that one.
Here's the issue with choosing ReZero though, right?
That's an easy one. Easy one.
Well, also at some point we want a conclusion.
Well, we can still get a conclusion and still keep it on going.
Yeah, but then you just make it as bad as like Dragon Ball or something.
But the thing in the TikTok, he also said that
it maintains the quality.
It maintains the quality.
Yes, ReZero.
We can't though.
Oh my god. We can't. After Lost in Space.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like my goat, right? I love that show, but I don't want more of it because I like where it ended.
That's how I feel about Astra.
Astra Lost in Space, though, I still feel like I'm happy where it ended, but how it ended, they gave us a concept that there could be more, right? Like they were going back in space to just travel, and I mean, just like as like for fun, right?
I see what you're saying. Like it didn't. I wouldn't
even be mad if they just took it as like a low key like slice of life. We out in space, just enjoying the adventures of space and theorizing how the world would be in different places.
It could be Star Trek.
Basically, I would take that for Astra Lost in Space.
You're a genius.
And throw in little mysteries here and there. Like,
you're a fucking genius, dude.
The engine broke down and they end up on some planet. I don't know, bro. I'll take it.
Yo, that'd be sick. Because most of our crew did end up going back to space, except for the singer chick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking ill. That's a great idea. Damn, that's a good one. Because I was happy with the ending. But you're right, they did.
I was very happy too. Like I said, I agree entirely that the ending was more than enough to satisfy me.
Right, but they did continue on that space journey. Shit. Wow. That's wild. Good one.
Or we can just keep going deeper and Made in Abyss.
Made in Abyss is a real good one. But for me, I'm gonna have to say, this is so hard for me. Fuck, man, I had my answer, but you blew me back with that Astra Lost in Space one. It was so good. Oh, fuck, what was it? Oh, it's gone, man. It left me.
Uh-oh.
Fuck,
I done blew him all the way back.
I
hit him with such a good answer. He ain't know what to do.
because I was my answer was on the tip of my tongue, but then your answer was so fucking good, my answer disappeared.
You get more Clannad?
No, hell no, fuck that. No.
My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I want to see their life after the couple.
I want to see them grown at some point.
Yeah, I'll be okay with that.
They might as well go ahead and be in a polygamous relationship.
Hey, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
Are you though? You don't know until it happens. No, I don't know, bro.
Hey, good point. Touche, Tajay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with it was something, man. I can't remember. If it comes back to my mind, I will reveal it later.
One fact is it won't be Inuyasha.
Fuck no. But why would
it
you
won't
even
be Black Clover?
Why would you even bring those up?
It won't be Fairy Tail.
He just started beef. He just want to get a good trailer out of this.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, man. All right, man. All right, here we go. Yo. Let's again, this is going to be the question episodes because we have so many fucking questions. So
Q&A.
Let's go to Aaron Brown. Got a good one. The Shabibble got some great ones. He says, which anime opening you always jam when it's on, and which do you insta skip? People gonna hate me for this, but I don't care. Attack on Titan, this 4th season, the final season intro, I can't stand it. I don't like it at all. You think so too?
It is straight doo-doo, bro. Like,
I don't like it at all.
Like it actually hit the first time. I was like, okay, I can kind of vibe with this, but it's like the more I listen to it, like in that first listen, I was like,
it starts off like fire for the first, 5 seconds.
I was like, this ain't it.
It goes. It's just gone. It's awful. That's when I insta skip. One that I always play when that series was out was Tony Kawa. I'm gonna put a little piece of that here, but yeah, this one hit.
My answer will always be the intro to Parasite and the intro to Fire Force. Both of those for me.
So which one you skipping though?
Oh, skipping.
Like that just caused you to insta skip the moment you hear it.
Everyone.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't really listen to any
I got 900 episodes. I got 900 episodes to go through. I ain't got time to listen to no intro.
Valid, bro. Valid.
I don't have no time at all, bro.
Yo,
I don't even know what to even include that with an 8-minute review of the last episode. I don't need that.
Yo, good point. Good valid point. All right. So the Shabibble or Aaron says, all the anime is going in the world, but these 3 are the only 3 that you can watch for the rest of the time. Which one are you picking? Okay, here's this. Okay, all the anime in the world is gone. You can only watch these 3. Only these 3. And you have to pick one. Black Clover, Fairy Tail, God of High School. Damn. He knows it so well. He knows it so well, bro. This is torture. Absolute torture. I'm picking Fairy Tail.
I hate you.
I had to. I cannot.
I was gonna say the same thing, but now that you said it, I'm taking it off the list.
No, you can pick it.
No, because I don't want the same thing as you. I was gonna pick Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail would be my first choice, but since Polo already chose Fairy Tail, I gotta choose my own anime. I'm gonna go with Black Clover because it seems to be close. It seems to be close to the end, so I can just watch it and never watch it again.
True,
right? Like God of High School, it might get canceled, so that actually might have been a better choice.
Yo, you're right. We get that 13 and be all good. Yo, that was a tough question, man. You knew exactly what you was doing with that one.
Yo, Steve, take lessons right there. You want a tough question? That's it.
That's it right there. Oh shit, he did us dirty with that one.
For sure.
Crystal got some heat for us. You ready?
Let's do it.
If Benny Maru from Fire Force and Benny Maru from Reincarnated as a Slime got into a fight, what do you think the outcome would be?
I don't think it's a fair fight, personal opinion, but I want to hear what you say.
Interesting. You don't think it's a fair fight? I think it's a very fair fight. Because the way Benny Maru was moving in Slime was goated. But Fire Force Benny Maru is just more, I think he's more tactical with his shit. So I think Benny Maru from Fire Force will put it to him. Even though Benny Maru from Slime moving, he may get a few licks, a few great licks in. But
so we actually disagree here, where I think Benny Maru from Slime is a little too powerful. I don't think it's a fair fight. I think that if he's permitted to go all out, that he's gonna do some shit that's like, because he started that giant fireball in the middle of the monster weakening barrier and was ready to blow shit up, but like didn't even let it go off.
But what's a fireball gonna do to Benny Maru from Fire Force?
I mean, fire ain't his only power. He fast and strong too, and fire does still hurt fire users in Fire Force, as we know.
I mean, they don't. It's like getting punched by a boxer in that world, right? Like in that world, it's like getting punched by a UFC fighter.
Yeah, they all boxers. They all got hands.
Because they all got fire. So like, and especially is he also a third gen?
No, he's a second and third gen.
Wait, what? He's a second.
Well, he's not. No. He's a first and second gen. No, he's a second and third gen, because the first gen is the Infernal. Second gen is the people who can control fire, and the third gen is the one who can make fire. So he's second and third gen. Interesting.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Benny Maru I need to, because I don't remember much of Benny Maru from Slime other than his most recent episode and then that giant fireball like you mentioned. I'm still.
I mean, he every fight that he's been in, they make him hold back, and he does mad work.
Valid. That's a valid point. Good one, man. That's a great question, Crystal. That was a good one. At Crystal Light 10. That's a good one. That's a great one. I forgot to mention that with this new mixer I got, I can hear myself now, and it is fucking me up. It's tongue tying my brain. All right, Crystal says another question. Do you think Rimuru would be doing everything if Shinon wasn't amongst the dead? So would Rimuru be doing what he doing in his most recent episode if Shinon wasn't amongst the dead? Sorry, spoilers. Yikes, my fault.
If Shion wasn't amongst the dead, I personally think Rimuru would still be doing it, because he was already frustrated before he found out about Shion.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah. He always thought of those monsters as his family, like regardless of if she was a part of them or not. I think Gobta, what's his name?
Gobza.
Gobza, that's his name?
Yeah.
Okay. If both of them wasn't amongst it, I still think he would, because he would want to bring back his people, because he feels absolutely responsible for it. Again, slight spoilers. If you're not watching Reincarnated as a Slime season 2, that's your fault. But yeah, it's definitely. I think he'll still be doing it. I can't wait to fucking see what he does, because they gave us the Sign homies first, which I knew they was gonna do. I'm like, they're about to fucking make this whole episode all the side folks.
But this next episode, bro, I can't wait till we get there and talk about that.
Whew. Fire. So many great questions. All right, here we go. No. Hey, let us pray zero, or I am Rome on Twitter.
Hey, what's up, Rome?
Rome. He says, would your top 2 favorite villains from anime beat your top 2 favorite comic book villains? Wow. Powerful. With my top anime villains. Speaking of villains, that villain discussion was pissing me off on Anime After Dark, by the way.
Yeah.
Because we look at villains so different than everybody else. they just look at what they do to people. We look at the character about as a whole, you know?
Yeah, the whole idea trying to say that, like, I get it. Saying Eisen wrote the story of Bleach, I get it.
No.
People don't like that. But the idea of what he did basically encompasses the entire story of Ichigo in Bleach, because he is who he is because Eisen did what he did.
They forget.
So yeah.
Did they forget that Ichigo's father was a part of the Soul Society? He was just as close to Eisen as anybody else because he was also a cap. Like I don't know. It's the simple thought process for me, man. I just couldn't. I'm like, yo, villains. What makes a good villain to us is different because they like villains for just doing bad stuff. What person did the worst thing to somebody else? Like that's what they considered their top villains. Who was the fucking guy from JoJo's? They was talking about apparently he was just a murderer. Like who gives a fuck about
Kira?
Yeah, who gives a fuck about that dry ass motive? Like I can watch Jason was just a murderer. Does that make him a great villain? No. Michael Myers.
You're not spitting facts anymore. You bring up Jason because Jason is a great villain.
No, he
not. Plotted everyone's death and everything he ever did, and
never.
And his mother brought him there. His mother is the real villain,
and that's.
I'm clearly talking shit.
That's what they consider a good villain. No, a good villain it takes more than just. Anyway, would our top two villains from anime be our top two villains from the comic books?
So how about we go with one of your top villains and one of my top villains?
Let's do that. One of my top villains. Fuck, does this count? Can I say this? Can the witches from ReZero be my top villains?
Well, they are all inhabiting one body.
Yeah. They're all villains. Except for you know who, but
it's got to be anime villains because my favorite comic book villain is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna say, sheesh. My favorite anime villain, I guess, right now is Miriam. I just, I'm going with Miriam right now.
So Miriam and the witches from ReZero. Fuck.
That's a deadly combo.
Holy shit! Absolutely. But my favorite comic book villains.
Is it comic book villain or comic book hero?
Nope, comic villain.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, my comic book villain might find a way to win.
Who was that?
The Batman who laughs. He's basically Batman and Joker mixed into one.
Okay. Maz is Carnage. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Carnage is insane, but
Deadly.
I don't think Carnage can beat
any of the witches, to be honest.
He can't beat the witches, but Batman who laughs is, I think he can stand up, figure out what's going on, because he's Batman. That bullshit. But he's also evil Batman, so he's gonna kill people. You know, I do hate that. We was talking about that. I fucking hated that, bro. Oh Batman God. Can be anybody because he's Batman. No, the fuck he can't, man. Yeah. If Superman wanted Batman dead, Batman is dead on sight, bro.
Instantly. From a look, right. Literally.
But Batman who laughs, he has all the intelligence of Batman, but uses it for evil and actually kills people. So that's why, to me, he's so much better. Like, he actually does the evil shit. He killed every hero in his universe.
The biggest flaw with your decision is that it's Batman. Yes, he actually kills. But he's just Batman that's laughing.
Well, he also he also does more than that. He turns people into killers, right? Like, he turns Shazam and Superman into Shazam and Superman who laughs, who are now on his side. So let's say he pull up on Miriam, he can be like, okay, you on my side now.
Interesting. And then the Miriam's body and the witches.
Yeah. Both. Well, he yeah. Maybe.
But we
don't know the extent of the witch's power is a thing though, because like,
I mean,
if we go out all the witches, bro.
Yeah.
The plagues they created, and
yes,
like
exactly.
the one witch of anger who seems to be fake angry but always super nice. What the fuck is her power? She punches you back to life?
No, she punches you to. No, which one? No, that was not her that touched.
The one super prissy one with the yellow with the blonde hair, and she's super nice.
Yeah, super powerful.
That's the like what?
I forget what
she's the anger one or some wrath. But it's like does she punch you to life and then blow your whole life out of existence? We don't know what the full extent of their power is.
We kind of saw what Sloth did and how they pulled up. Oh man, I don't know. That's
what I'm saying. The witches, to me, they're the most OP thing that could have been mentioned in this conversation to me, because we don't know the extent of it. They lock you in the tea party forever, and you just stuck there, and they can do whatever they want because they are just there.
Demons. Yep.
Well, that was a good question. I like that a lot.
It was a fantastic question.
Wait, who's your favorite? Oh, you said Carnage. Yeah.
So very unrelated, at so very unrelated, or Exhausted Liberian on Twitter. She's been rocking with us for a while. Appreciate you. She says, do you think there will ever be a long-term no-break anime as successful as One Piece and others like it? So think of One Piece, Naruto, I guess Bleach. Because that was like 300 something. Would there ever be another long-term as successful as those?
You want me to get my perspective first or yours?
Absolutely.
There is a distinct issue with having an anime run that long. First of all, the fact that you have to have a studio almost entirely dedicated to the production of that specific anime.
And only that.
And I'm not even gonna say only that, but like, yeah, basically that. Yeah. And they all the editors and animators have to be of the same quality. They all can't be like, we're really good at this and then we're not really good at this. They all have to be of the same quality. Right. And that's a lifelong project, basically. The issue is that the budget becomes very hard to do. The only thing that would have been able to be in that place would have been like Demon Slayer. Because of all of the manga it sold.
Oh,
but
true.
the issue is that now that the manga set is complete, ain't nobody paying you Ufotable
millions of dollars an episode.
Come on, bro. Ufotable will be dog in their pockets.
Yeah,
it don't make sense because they can't do that quality and go that long. So
the movie did also do like $1 billion. So
it can't do that quality and go that long. Not One Piece. If we look at it, One Piece has some great moments, but none of the animation has ever blown our mind. When have you ever been blown back by One Piece's animation?
Once, but that's 500 episodes.
My favorite animated part was when Luffy did the Red Hawk, and I was like,
I don't know what that is, but
damn,
when he punched the what you call dude,
Celestial Dragon.
Yeah, when he punched the Celestial Dragon, that was the most beautiful shit I've ever seen. It's gorgeous.
That's because you was feeling it. You was in the mood.
No, it wasn't even that. It literally looked so fucking good. Like it was
because how it transitioned to like the black and white and Luffy face. Yeah,
and the way he was walking with like full animation. It was a full frame of full animation walks. That the camera just changed. It was beautiful. It was
you know how they do the what lives rent free in your head. That's actually one of those moments that live rent free in my head for anime.
Facts, forever.
But what do you think? Do you think there'll be one? I mean, I think eventually there has to be one, but as of like in the near future, it just seems so unrealistic.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because what's happening is the society is noticing the success of the shorter My Hero Academias and Jujutsu Kaisens and shit like that, right? Like all the shows that are running 24 that are doing really well. The problem is animation is so expensive and they don't pay the animators enough. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And that's like life has changed. Society has changed. The only thing that can keep going like that is One Piece. I don't think anybody else can do that anymore.
Yeah.
I wish it was because I mean, shit, I wish it was a fucking shoujo
bring
like
back
that.
Dragon Ball.
True.
Which, please don't.
I want it. I want a fucking slice of life that just goes forever.
Goes on forever. Mm-hmm. The only other one, I think Detective Conan is still going.
That's not a slice of life though. It's like a.
Yeah, I don't mean like say like I mean like
Oh,
it's
just period.
still a long running anime.
I
You
see
know.
what you say. Yeah.
I wanted to say because you brought it up. Also, shout out to My Hero Academia for entering its final act on the manga.
Crazy.
Oh my god, it's so
Crazy.
good. It's so fucking good.
Can't wait. All right. Ooh, Steve got another one. Here we go.
Here we go.
We went from some heat to some whatever the fuck this question is. But Skylar Scuba Steve on Twitter. What's his numbers? Scuba Steve 1428 says, "Oh, and a weird question. I don't even read this shit out loud, but I got to. You can fuck one mythical creature. What would it be? Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, etc." The fact that he put Loch Ness Monster and Bigfoot as examples for this fucking question blew me back. But then shout out,
The worst shit in the world, bro.
terrible question. But shout out to Zay Pika, who says Medusa? Question mark exclamation mark.
Right, mythical creatures. The Loch Ness Monster could have very well been real, so that don't count as mythical.
Oh, God.
What do you? Let's Google this real quick. Let's Google mythical creatures.
Fuck, man.
Can it be Dracula's wife?
No, because she was human, wasn't she?
She a fucking zombie, bro. Oh no, man. Oh my god. Steve, I hate you, bro.
This is a dumb question, Steve. I hate it, but I'm gonna answer. A harpy. Just give me. It'd just be a harpy. That's easy enough.
So, can I say like a fairy?
Sure.
No, can I fuck a dragon and have what's his name be my son from Fairy Tail?
Natsu.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like the idea. Natsu sucks. Yeah, I want a fairy or a mermaid. Those my two.
Mm-hmm. Good
Thanks,
choice?
Steve.
Question mark, Steve. I hate you. You're
Right, he been watching too much Monster. What's that? Monster Matsukan or whatever.
Who the fuck knows? Okay. Now -2 ask. Ooh. You both are writing anime, any genre you want. What type of characters are your MCs? My type of character is easy for me. Give me the Anos Voldigo type. For any genre, he says. Give me the I forget his fucking name from Fruits of Gurazia. Give me those characters that are just, or what's his name from Classroom of the Elite? Main characters like that. Just characters that know their shit, that's smart, that's capable, and they don't bite their fucking tongue for nobody, right? Like I don't want anybody timid and don't understand what a crush looks like or can't figure out love. I don't want none of that type of shit. My main characters will be like Classroom of the Elite main character, Anos Voldigold, and motherfucker from Fruits of Gurazia.
So, my main character would be, a very, so like for my little story I'm writing right now, a character who is very headstrong. Like he understands that he's not some pushover. So I would say like Edward Elric, because you could never at any point in the show call Edward stupid or say that he doesn't know how to do what he's doing. Like that he learned immediately. So that kind of character is my favorite, but like still room for development in terms of like emotional development, right? Like he's trying to understand himself a little bit better but not be oblivious to it, you know? Like if he's jealous of something, he knows he's jealous and learning that he's jealous. If he likes someone, he knows that he likes someone and he's kind of understanding that. I agree with Polo. I don't want no character who is oblivious to women and, you know, those kind of emotions and whatnot.
Yeah. I hate that shit so much. Great question, man. And just for the sake, the genre for me would be like the school battle anime type of shit. That are like the you know the shit I'm talking about.
I'm about to get Polo on the writing for my story. He gonna be writing the love scenes.
I got you. Or I would don't make me write it. Let me review it.
I got you. I appreciate that.
You know, help you out there. I'm not a good writer.
All the tweaks.
Hey, Rob J got a few questions in here. He says,
Let's go, Rob.
What's 2 anime that you would absolutely not recommend to anyone?
Let's not choose the obvious.
What? Black Clover?
Yeah.
How not to summon a demon lord? No.
How not to summon a demon lord?
No,
you mean Demon Lord retry?
Demon Lord retry. Yes, that terrible shit.
I was gonna say, how to summon a demon lord wasn't that bad to me.
Yeah. I would not recommend.
Polo gonna hate me for my not recommendation.
I'll fucking kill you. I would not recommend Inuyasha or this one Yashahime. Don't touch it.
Damn, I agree with both of those. I would not recommend. What is it called? Foxtrot 1, where it's a damn hamster fighting in a military war voiced by Japanese people. That shit was weird, bro.
I would not recommend Dragonar Academy. Don't watch that shit.
I would not recommend Clannad because it made me cry.
I recommend. Always recommend.
I'm just joking. And then yeah. Foxtrot 1, that shit was garbage though. It was the opposite of Hamtaro.
Okay. Another Rob questions. He says, if you could choose any Avenger to have an anime, who would you choose? Spider-Man.
Iron Man.
Done. Philip J. Woodward. It's been a minute since we heard from Philip. He says, what's the biggest thing you wish you could do with Mic Check Waifu, but can't due to some sort of limitation? So, i.e., distance, technology, etc.
I was excited for this question. You want me to go first?
Yes, sir.
All right. I would love, and I mean, I guess technically the technology is available, but it's really still like, I would love to be able to do like we could do not like a daily thing, but like a multiple days a week thing where we can just kind of pop up on like someone's like little holographic figure, and we could be in their room talking about anime, like in a little holographic statue or something like that. Like I would love that, like because of how they have the holographic like concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
that kind of concept would be really cool. Like let's say we had like a mic check, like someone wants to wake up and then they could just have a little hologram of me or Polo, and it'd be like mic check,
yeah,
waifu. It's time to wake up. Let's get to school. Something like that.
That's really dope. That'd be so dope.
But that would be one of the little things I'm hyped because it's like we'd be a household name at that point, you know?
Right. Man, that'd be live. I just want to be able to have an easier way to do either a live show or something. Like I guess it's possible, right? But do it with the way everything's set up, it's a lot harder to do. So like if we could do like an in-person live show, that's where I want to go with it. Like I want to
have a stage.
Yeah, kind of have a stage, even though I'm terrified of it, but I still think it'll be live. That's the goal. That's the dream, essentially.
You know, we could pull that off though at some point. You know,
yeah, true.
We get some more time down the line. When Polo and our plans kind of converge at some point.
Yes.
Maybe we can do like an 85 South show, but it's us in anime. We get us a stage once COVID is done, and we meet up and we be like, all right, man, Polo and I gonna talk about anime. We're gonna have some people in the crowd ask questions.
That'd be live. That'd be so live.
Pay like $5 entry fee or something like that. Come in and you just part of it.
Facts. I just love to be able to do a show in the same room as you for once.
Yeah, it's coming, bro.
That's coming sooner. Bro. Yeah, that's coming sooner than later, though. All right, fuck. I do not want to miss anybody this week. We have so I think we got most of them though. Did a good job there. Let's see here. Let's answer this one, this last one from Rob J, and then we'll see what else we got. He says, if there isn't a part 2 to season 4, which there has to be, he put in parentheses, will that ruin the legacy of the anime? He's talking about Attack on Titan. There's not a part 2, which is, there's going to be. Like, without a doubt, there's another 11 episodes, I think.
Yeah, I mean, considering where it's currently at, right? They don't have much more to go to end it, but they still have to do quite a few more episodes, right?
Easily another 10, right?
Yeah, they would need another. I mean, I would probably say they might as well go ahead and do a whole another 12 to give us that full 24 episode season, right? Just go ahead and finish it off like that. And I think it deserves it at this point. No, I don't think it will leave like a stain on the legacy of the show, because if they ended it right here for the season, that doesn't mean they're not going to end it with a movie. And I think the movie thing would be the one that leaves a stain on the legacy if they did that, not the season itself.
So let me just, if there isn't a part 2 of Attack on Titan season 4, which will that ruin the legacy of the anime? If it ends, yes, absolutely, it'll ruin the fucking legacy. Because think of this. Think of what Game of Thrones did to Game of Thrones, right? Because they didn't have the source material and the way that shit ended, it ruined that entire fucking show's legacy. Like, as great as seasons 1 through 5 is, 6 was a little different. 7 was, and then 8 was, like that shit. We don't even like to talk about Game of Thrones anymore, period. But that was so heavy in the zeitgeist, but because of the way it ended, ruined. If this ends here with no type of conclusion, then absolutely it'll ruin the legacy. If it says, hey, go buy the last chapters of the manga in order to get the full story, absolutely it'll ruin the legacy of this.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that though.
They're not gonna do it. Thank God. They're giving us, see, it's 16 episodes this season, so they're probably gonna do another 10 to wrap it up.
Yeah,
26 is a good enough. Yeah. There's no way that it doesn't. Right. Let me make sure I didn't forget anybody. Crystal got you.
Panda didn't send any questions in?
No, Panda didn't actually. Panda got her own sound effect whenever she asks us questions.
Oh, word? Really?
Yeah, I just put designers Panda. Every time. Shout out to Hit 'em Up Hen. Says who just gives us love all the time. Let me see here. I know there's more. There has to be more. Even though we've been going for a minute. Just gotta make sure. I tried to like every last one of them.
Just so y'all know, Polo, he deserves a lot of credit for putting the show on his back. Because that man really be tweeting his ass off. And might check my
be trying. Okay. Shout out to Endgame Grind Podcast, who writes in at Endgame Grind Pod and says, if you could have a crossover special between any 2 anime, what would they be? What a great fucking question.
Oh, I remember this question.
Yeah. Crossover anime between any 2 anime, what would they be? Now, I want to make this make sense, right? Damn, that's a good question. What a great question. See, I know you're looking for something like mainstream, right? Or you don't have to be looking for that, but I can't go mainstream. Give me okay, judge me not, but give me reincarnated as a slime with Misfit of a Demon King Academy. I want to see what that'll be with that academy, maybe going on a field trip to the monster village. Anos Voldigoad having a conversation with Rimuru. I just want to see what that looks like. I want to see if Rimuru will fucking eat his ass up. I want to know what they'll learn from each other. What kind of shit it'll be. I want something like that. Something obscure.
I feel like mine is like a very common sense one, I guess. So don't judge me too much. But I'm choosing Afro Samurai and Samurai Champloo.
Ooh, fire.
Like, I feel like it would be the best of the music world, and then some amazing swordplay.
Fire. Great answer. Great answer. I feel like what's that, Family Feud? Great answer. Good answer. Good answer. Start throw some claps in there. That's a good one. That's a real, real good one. Oh. Shout out to Ked the Pro, or K3D the Pro. He says, if you had to choose one fighting game character that could, if you could choose one fighting game character that you could emulate their powers, lifestyle, etc., what would it be?
If I could have their powers and lifestyle?
Yes. Fighting game character specifically. Damn, I don't even know.
I don't want their lifestyle though. I just want their powers. That's what sucks.
Or yeah, it's a either or kind of thing, right? You ain't gotta have their lifestyle.
I mean, there's so many different fighting game characters. I'm choosing Akuma.
Ooh, great.
The raging demon himself.
Sir. Fuck, this is a tough one. Because I don't really know too much about fighting game characters.
I mean, literally Goku's in fighting games.
True.
His power, Polo, would be the most busted person on earth.
The only fighting game I played was Shinobi Strikers, like for real. So if I'm going to choose one from a fighting game, I'm going to choose the style Madara. I use. The style I use most, both Madara and Sage Mode Naruto. I use both their skills quite often. So I'm a created ninja. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna choose that. I hope that answers that question. Not really fighting game players over here. Well, I know I haven't. Tell used to be.
I ain't played that many fighting games.
Soul Calibur was his shit back in the day.
Soul Calibur was it though? I used to fucking Raphael somebody in the face to death with that rapier, bro.
Never forget.
Mitsurugi,
yep.
And Nightmare, and oh my god,
y'all don't understand how much Tell used to play that shit. It's crazy.
I used to beat Burke face in. He used to beat me in every fighting game but Soul Calibur.
Oh, shout out to Annie. Dude, we did have some more fucking questions. God damn. Y'all wasn't playing, man. I appreciate it.
Really?
Animeditations, is that how you say that? Podcast? Yeah, Animeditations. That's a fucking fantastic name for a podcast, by the way. Good job out of y'all. He says, which anime villains do you sympathize with or maybe even agree with in some ways? Great fucking questions. Great question.
A very villain that we agree with and sympathize with?
Or even sympathize with, yes. Damn, it's tough, man.
Like, I feel like Pain is obvious.
Yes, Lord.
Because like that whole monologue, like we had our Facebook group had a whole sub versus dub argument where they were saying like you can't find a better sub scene than Eren Yeager crying. I was like, but Pain did his whole fucking monologue in English, bro. And even, I ain't gonna go into that yet, but because I Polo, no, I'm not a huge super like dub fan, but I give credit where credit is due.
Facts.
Pain is super relatable.
Because it's Troy Baker or Matt Mercer, one of the two. He was voiced by so many different fucking prominent voice actors.
But the character himself, his goal is the same as our main character's goal.
Facts.
And if you say you don't relate with Naruto, that's wild. Like, what are you watching the show for? Like, the goal is to essentially stabilize freedom and happiness and peace for everyone. And that's what Pain wants to do. And his method is a little bit different because how he views the world. And his view isn't entirely wrong because that's what he's been seeing his entire life.
That's the only thing that makes Naruto's villains so much better than other great villains. And when I say great villains, I mean Aizen, right? Like, we love Aizen to death. Like he's a fucking demon that we can enjoy because of his scheme, his capability to think and maneuver and move, and just to see so far ahead, right? Like he's a great villain. But what makes Naruto so special is their villains always have something you can sympathize with. Madara,
Right.
fucking, he had the same thing. Like he wants people to live in a perfect world. The infinite Tsukunomi was supposed to be something that'll fix the ninja world when it came to like the fights and the shit that happened to his loved ones and family members and shit. Like it's always something you could sympathize with when it came to the Naruto villains. And I do think Pain is the absolute best answer for this question for us specifically. I agree with your fucking question, your answer wholeheartedly.
Can we piggyback off that question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Panda just said, name a villain that you would be terrified to fight.
Oh boy. Name a villain that I would be terrified to fight. Fucking Madara. Of course, he's a demon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, that's a very, very obvious one for me. But what's her name? I'm about to give you an exact name here because I don't want to fight this person because I just feel like nothing I ever do will be the same afterwards. And I feel like you're going to agree with me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Where's she at?
I don't want to fight any curses from Jujutsu Kaisen
Yeah.
because they're doing the most.
How Mei from Fire Force, which is the girl with the crown who uses electric impulses to control your mind.
Bruh.
I'm good on that.
Listen, I'm cool.
Because if she just hates you, she just sparks you up, and that's the end of your life anyway.
All the way cool. You right?
Yep, I'm choosing How Mei. Because
Yeah.
I was thinking Madara too, but I was like, nah, Polo gonna choose Madara.
Of course. No, that's a great one. Anybody from fucking Fire Force I'm running away from. Straight up.
Easy. Sharon, come on, bro.
Most of my villains in my anime that I watched is love. It's fucking love.
Love villains. Polo, you don't want to fight them either. You ain't trying to have nobody break. Come on, bro.
You spitting facts. Oh my God. No, there's no way I was going to forget this fucking question. Saphir. There's no way. Saphir got some fucking heat. He said, would you rather be stuck in Itachi's Tsukunomi or have Subaru life or live Subaru's life? Sorry.
Well, I'm choosing Tsukuyomi, and I'm choosing Tsukuyomi easily. Because to get out of the Tsukuyomi, oh wait, hold up. I'm looking at the right thing.
You can't though. That's because that's what happened to what's that motherfucker? Orochimaru's little pawn.
Well, that's the thing though, is that you can get out of it. You just have to understand your weaknesses. And that's why he eventually got out of it.
Oh, that's true.
Because I think that was the catch to the Infinite Tsukuyomi is that you would get trapped in it if you were like too vain. It was to end vanity.
Yeah.
To have people understand. So if it's the Infinite Tsukuyomi,
it's not the Infinite Tsukunomi. It's Itachi's Infinite Tsukunomi is what Madara was doing with the moon, right?
Yeah. So actually, the Tsukuyomi requires eye contact before trapping the target within an illusion completely under the user's control.
Yeah. So Infinite Tsukunomi, you ain't getting out.
Oh no, that's not it. The Tsukuyomi is what he did to Kakashi. That's the Tsukuyomi.
Yeah.
He used Izanami was the one where you get trapped in.
That's
so Tsukuyomi
right.
is what he did to Kakashi, where he stabbed him, and Kakashi lived like an entire lifetime in seconds being stabbed.
Cool, bro. This question is even more fire than I thought because you're right.
I'm okay.
I'm choosing Subaru.
I mean, that's a lifetime. I'm choosing Subaru. That's wild, bro. Come on.
Here, you got us with that one, bro. You almost had us.
I had to make sure I knew I was looking at the right thing.
Thank you for looking that up because I forgot about that part.
You would have been getting stabbed for 300 years.
Exactly. That part was it was jaw dropping in the show. Yo, Naruto gets a lot of fucking hate, and I get it. It's easy to hate on it because it's popular or whatever your excuse is. That show was fucking fire, man. It was so fire. It has so many situations that you just, when you harken back on it, was just game changing, man. Fucking game changing. Yeah, I'm choosing Subaru's because then, like, this season, Subaru only died. Well, the second half of the season, he only died none. He didn't die at all. The second part.
Yeah. And I mean, at least we know if I do die, I'm actually gonna come back to life.
Facts.
And I can figure out how to not die a second time.
Facts.
That Tsukiyomi, he didn't have a choice.
Yep.
He had to feel death for 100 years in a row for 2 seconds.
Even though it was for 2 seconds. Oh my God, I love it, man. I fucking love that question, dude. What a great fucking question. I think that's actually it. I think that's it for the questions because that was the first one we got.
That's beautiful.
Wow. Thank y'all so much for writing in to @MikeCheckWaifu on Twitter. Facebook didn't drop any questions, but I'm also kind of glad they didn't.
That dub versus sub conversation, bro.
Yeah, I shouldn't diss our Facebook group, but I love y'all too. Y'all different. Mad different. Yeah, that's it, man. Wow. All right. Well, let's get to know Mike Check Waifu. That was a long first half. Holy shit.
It was, bro. All right. There are 87 questions. 87 questions left.
And it's my turn to read them? Or
yeah, I rolled the number generator. You asked the question. Yeah.
All right. So get to know Mike Check Waifu is where we just read a question associated with a number from a random number generator. It looks like Tell's rolling a random number. I'm reading the question.
You ready?
No. Never ready. Ever ready. I'm a professional. I am ready.
All right, let's do it. 73.
Wow. In the upper 70s instead of 40s. It's different.
Right. We were sitting in the 40s for a minute.
Question number 73. Do you collect any anime or manga items?
I do have some manga. I have Dragon Ball manga. I have Pokemon manga. I have Twin Star Exorcist manga. And I have God Punch manga.
And we definitely have God Punch manga.
Also have Mirror's Edge manga.
Me too.
Which Polo does too.
I do too. Yeah.
That's how you know we brothers.
Yeah, I do. I have figurines, Solo Leveling, Volume 1, Darling in the Franxx 02 Lamp. Now, you want to talk about a show that's super fucking not great, but a character I love. Your Darling in the Franxx is not that good, but 02 is real special.
The show is mad decent, but yeah, 02, I like her.
Yeah, it's fucking decent at best. But yeah, yeah, I do. I have a bunch. I have Volume 1 of Soul Eater, Volume 1 of Konosuba, and Volume 1 of Black Clover. That came from
you bought Volume 1 of Soul Eater?
No, that all came from Loot Crates.
Oh,
speaking of Loot Crate, if you go to patreon.com/MikeCheckWaifu, there's an unboxing of my second Loot Crate because the first Loot Crate, the audio got boinked. So the second one, it's up right now. It's the pin video on the Mike Check Waifu Patreon. It'll be released to everyone later.
The only other thing I collected is I have Goku Black's earrings.
Interesting. Yeah. All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to do spoiler talk for quite a few shows, like Attack on Titan, Reincarnated as a Slime, Dr. Stone, etc. ReZero. So stick around. If you watch any of those shows, we'll of course tell you what show we're spoiling before we spoil it. And again, maybe one day we'll do timestamps, but we're not doing that now. We'll be right back right after this song. welcome back to episode 93 of Mic Check Waifu. Brought to you by patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu. Make sure you check out the Patreon to where you get access to our bonus podcast, The After Story, or other videos that we will be putting out there. It's always a video version of the podcast on Patreon. So make sure you download the Patreon app. Support us there. Get early access to this video version. You can see our cool backgrounds and silly faces and designs and shit like that. Speaking of designs, we have the spring theme up. Looks clean. Looks real good. Looks real fucking good. Shout out to explicitly.com for getting us together as always.
He's definitely the GOAT.
Definitely the GOAT. Okay. This week we're going to start off with episode 20. What? Episode 23 of JJK.
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, what a great episode as always again. It's going to be so fucking hard to try not to give this show a perfect 10, but I don't think it's a perfect 10. Even though I haven't had any complaints, right?
Yeah, this episode kind of scared me. And I only say it for like a specific character kind of like development spot that they gave in this episode. I was like,
say more.
Did they break Megami? Like, because he had that moment where he kind of like started laughing at his like, he was like, I gotta push harder, gotta try more, think of myself as like free and future and like in the future and like freely surpassing my limits. And he started laughing and I'm like, yo, is he mentally breaking? But it was like, no, he's just he's having fun trying to surpass his limits, but still like you're in that moment, right? And you're just thinking about your limitations and how you surpass them. I think that's probably what he was experiencing. I'm just like, I fucking love this show, bro.
It's so good.
Like that shit felt intense and it was good. And I was like, yo.
I still try to find ways to understand why people don't like this show, but I just can't.
I can't either.
I just don't get it. There's nothing to hate about this fucking show. It's almost too good, right? Like, it looks great. It's directed well. The characters are fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. I like all of them.
All of them. Every last one of them. There's not a character that I didn't like in this show. I can't even think of one.
They were all like interesting in some ways and different and unique.
Yes.
It's just like, can you imagine a world of so many unique characters where everything just makes sense because they explained it one way? Mm-hmm. All of humanity, I guess we all understand curses. So like to see this show the way it is just ridiculous. And yeah, I loved that Yuji took that battle like head on. He was like, all right, I'll take care of this guy, and starts like the fight. And that wasn't even like, that fight didn't last long because they got carried away basically.
Right.
And, you know, we got to see Megami by himself handling his own problem.
This is what Sukuna sensed from Megami from when they were fighting. Like, yo, why you running? You're not weak. Like, he's not obviously Sukuna level. Sukuna was still about that shit. But he's like, yo, what's wrong with, why'd you dip? And that it put it all into perspective. Like, yo, this guy can fucking throw down. But we never got to see it until now, which I thought was so important to this show's character growth and the payoff that this built up. It was incredible.
He had his incomplete domain.
Yes.
and it was ridiculous that like, even though his domain was incomplete, he was able to be the S-class demon or
yes.
curse.
We call him demons.
By himself. He was a demon.
Straight up.
The one that Yuji had came face to face with, like the same kind of one with a Sukuna's finger in it. And it's just like, it's ridiculous to see the extent of his power. Like,
unbelievable.
He been sleeping on himself.
Straight sleeping on himself. So, all in all, with that wrapped, what do you think is going to happen with that finger? Think they're going to give it to Yuji?
I think they have to. That's what Gojo's gonna do. Gojo's just give him all the UG.
Sukuna was super pumped about that too.
Yeah,
he was chilling inside of UG like, I can feel it.
I'm about to be fucking him up in them.
What would this be? His fourth finger he ate or some shit?
I ain't kept track of the fingers. It's so much other good stuff going on that the finger counting. I'm just like, I don't know, bro.
Noxie will be able to help us out next week. Because I know
for sure.
He know this show like the back of his hand.
I'm gonna do my research before you come on here. I don't want to look stupid.
Straight up. We might have to do a rewatch.
Right.
Yeah, I actually might do that. Rewatch the whole thing all the way through. Just to be ready for the review.
The dub start already?
The dub is started, yeah. I think it's like...
You've seen a couple episodes. Was it good?
Nah.
Okay.
Megami sound clean.
Yeah, you said that. I remember that.
Yeah. Gojo sounded clean too. Weird, but it was okay.
Well, those are the two main characters people gonna want to hear other than Yuji.
True. And Yuji didn't sound good.
Yeah. I heard Sukuna sound horrible.
Super fucking
I remember that. I remember that. That was bad.
It was awful.
If we rate it, we ain't got to rate the dub. We ain't
touching it. We ain't touching
so
it.
Bad.
Excuse me. Sorry. All right, let's move on. You want to go to Reincarnated real quick?
Let's do it.
So shit popped off as we talked about a little bit earlier. They gave us the plan that they played out episode before that. This is episode 10. Episode 10 of Reincarnated.
Yes.
And again, this is when everybody else executed their half of the plan before Rimuru got started dealing death. Holy shit. Benimaru pulled up heavy on the carnage.
He walked in
with the Amaterasu fire.
Yeah. It cut everybody up and they was exploding into nothingness.
So live.
And it's like, Benimaru is busted, bro.
Straight up. He took out a whole camp by himself, man.
And to think that he's the strongest of the ogres.
Is that true?
He is. He was the leader.
That's right. I thought he said the grandpa was stronger because
they sent Benimaru by himself because he didn't need any help. But the grandpa is their teacher.
Yeah.
But Benimaru was the strongest out of all of them.
Okay. Interesting. Wow.
Now, what I also thought was ridiculous is like the Dragon Newt group that was like cool and all. They were actually more impressive than I thought they were.
Yeah. I forgot that they did get names like a while ago, so they are actually really strong now than they were when they first was getting in touch with Rimuru with that whole war arc that they had going on there. That to be reminded that because he got his actual name from Rimuru, he's actually super strong. All of them are actually super strong now. So when they follow the rules of this world like they have been, you understand the importance of how strong Rimuru is just from the naming convention and how deadly he can make somebody. Because I was not expecting them to pull up and just decimate that camp like that. Like they pulled
up and showed out.
Yeah, they had almost like the less trouble. It was crazy.
Then, like you said, Grandpa and the new Orc Lord pull up.
The main fight.
So this was, I think, the first time we actually saw the Orc Lord fight.
It was outside of him fighting Rimuru, but
yeah. And one of the coolest things was obviously Grandpa. Yeah, that shit was hard, bro. Dude was talking so much trash, and I love to see it. I love it so much.
Me too.
He was hollering, he was talking crap, and guess what happened?
Grandpa laced up his forces.
It wasn't worth it for you, bro.
Man,
boy should have went home.
Head was
should have turned around and ran. And it was the dirtiest thing ever because dude, like, yeah, with my eyes, I can speed up everything that I see 300 times and I can process all the information. I'm just like, that shit ain't helping you, bro. It ain't helping you.
I got a fun question for you real quick.
Go ahead.
So since they were reincarnated humans from also Japan, what do you think happened when they died in this world?
They did.
You don't think they got reincarnated anywhere else?
I mean, I think there's two concepts here. Is that they just go back to the regular world, which some of them might have been happy with. But
Maybe
also
they
like
become a new baby.
Yeah. And live up and become shittier humans all over again.
Yeah.
Hopefully with no memory of the shitty lives before.
Yeah, I don't think they would. But that's just like a fun little concept to think about, you know?
Yeah. But the Orc Lord, bro.
Oh my God. He put the hands to him.
That dude, he did. He was like, look, I was trying to show you a fair fight by using this weapon and give you honor. But now let me go ahead and body bag you with these hands.
Straight
and dude literally shit ran away. Like couldn't take it. Killed his girl, his female partner, counterpart. And just got body bagged. Now, that does leave me with interest in that character who can switch bodies.
Yeah.
Because that means he can take their powers.
Right. Because now he has his original power, which already seems powerful from the old dude. The old dude third eye was like, yo, this motherfucker is something else. So step back, Orc Lord, and let's chill, you know? Let's see what this shit is about.
That's a little scary.
That was a little scary. Even though hopefully Rimuru just fucking kills them all with this shit he got going on right now.
Well, I think we saw what Rimuru was doing because all we ended up with is he do the droplets in the air, the droplets drop to the ground, rise back up out the ground, and like light magic goes through them and just start killing people. What killed me was how ridiculous it was. It just counts the souls, just counts how many people died. 500, 780, 1200, 2000, 3000. Starts the outro track.
Yep.
Let us get a little pan over what's going on. 5,000 souls have been dead. 6,200, 7,800, and it ends right there. I'm just like,
man,
Rimuru's a beast, bro.
Can I wait till we get the rest of that?
He gonna be a demon lord. They already showed us though in the trailer because his cloak turns all black when he becomes a demon lord. I think.
Interesting. I didn't see that.
He about to look like Kirito.
2 days from the time we're recording this, we record on Sundays. Episode 11 goes live, and 1 day, 9 hours, 43 minutes. Actually, the day this episode airs, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. The day the episode airs, that episode goes live. So what we say now don't mean shit, but
it means shit to us.
Straight up. Man. All right. Dr. Stone, bro. Great episode.
This episode was the most impressive episode to me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, I guess, I don't think of it as like an action-based episode, but there was just so much like emotion. And I guess that's what I mean. Like, we saw different sides of the characters, right? We already were seeing like Tsukasa become a character that was almost a little bit more relatable.
Man.
From like that previous episode.
He was always relatable. I think Tsukasa was always was one of the best characters in this fucking show. Him, Senku, and Tanjiro and Yuzuriha are the only good characters to me, in my personal opinion. So outside of Ear dude, Yukio's still pretty fucking cool. But nobody else is really as cool as those characters. And to see them again back together in a more progressive story beat area, right? Like again, I say this all the time. Season 1 was absolutely garbage after the first 3 episodes. Because when we got to that fucking island and or the city, that shit was awful. It was awful. It was cool to see him invent stuff. I would never take that away from the show. The inventions were always cool, but it dragged for so fucking long and it didn't amount to anything. Like no progression happened other than creating a few things that ended up being used into this war. And then even this season took fucking forever to get to this point. It took the last 3 episodes were, for me personally, finally felt like progression of this actual show, of the actual story of the show. And that felt good. Like to see them finally go to war with quote unquote war with Tsukasa and to do all this shit and then it to be a checkmate situation and then him helping us find his sister now that he has his sister. Now to see this fucking flip, this turn from what's this called? Hyuga. And him attacking his sister. Genius. It was a genius fucking play. And I appreciate it.
It was the most interesting part because like
yes.
Although I feel like I did not see that coming.
Me either.
And that was what I guess what made it the most impressive because I'm thinking they're actually going to go back and do this and they were going to get some other outside threat, right?
Right.
Like some other people from outside this village, like a whole new village. And to see that, you know, Tsukasa even told Subaru, like, look, I told you before that you never have to worry about your safety again because I'll be protecting you. But this time I'll keep my promise because you kept your promise far beyond what I said, right?
Yeah.
He said, even though I killed you once, you still kept your promise.
Right.
So I'm going to keep mine. And I was like,
that shit was live.
Tsukasa was dope. And what I meant by him being relatable was the fact that like I would have felt the same way if I had a sister.
Yeah.
That could have been healed or helped by people and the adults didn't really care to help. Like to me, that felt very relatable. And but the fact that
it's not that they didn't care to help. It's just wasn't much they could do. Like they didn't have.
Well, money was an issue.
The money was to keep her there, right? Like the money was to pay her medical bills in order to keep her to where she was in the first place. Because they were poor. They were absolutely poor. So that makes sense. But like the adults really could. I mean, which again, as a kid, I probably would have had the same thought process Tsukasa had.
Right.
But as a human looking from the outside in, there wasn't shit they could do about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know. But
well, I think he was also upset because his like mom.
That's true. Gave up.
Yeah, because you remember she like gave up and wasn't doing anything. Right. She wasn't being a mom. She wasn't being a parent.
Absolutely right.
Tsukasa ended up becoming basically a parent, the only one who cared.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this episode, top 10 episodes and top 1 episodes of Dr. Stone.
Yeah. Definitely the best episode this season for sure.
Yeah.
Because the first episode of Dr. Stone was the best episode for me, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was too live. And
gorgeous. It just gave us a whole new concept. It felt like a whole new world we was about to go into.
Exactly. Exactly right. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Finally good. Let's talk about Attack on Titan.
All right. What do you feel about Attack on Titan? Because I know you felt. I feel like you said you had a specific feeling about this.
These 2 episodes was fantastic. I'm so confused.
What are you confused about?
I'm so fucking confused. Okay, we're talking about episode. I
told you like 14. 6 episodes ago that Zeke is a Jaeger.
Yeah, no, well, we already knew that though.
Yeah,
we knew that for a while. Oh, excuse me. What I'm worried about is what the fuck is going on with Eren and his love for Mikasa and Armin. To figure out that Mikasa is literally just brainwashed herself to become essentially a sleeper agent. And Armin, I mean, we already knew what he was. He was just soft. I don't understand what Eren's goal is yet still. And that bothers me.
What I felt at this point was that Eren was intentionally trying to push them away.
Okay.
And that was my perspective when I first watched this or first read this, was Eren is trying to push them away because he knows his ambition is destructive, right? He doesn't want
keep them on the side of the good.
Them to be tied down with him.
Yeah, keep them on the side of the good. That makes sense.
Right. And to everyone right now, and I'm not going to say everyone, but to everyone except the Jaegerists, Eren looks like
a demon.
he looks like a demon. He looks like this super crazy guy who has the power of the world in his hands right now, and is just one step away from completing it. Everyone is looking at Eren like a ticking time bomb because he is. And I don't think Eren is stupid anymore. He's not as naive as he once was. He knows that what his plan and end goal is, that he can't get through this and having them next to him.
Yeah. I can't, for one, the fact that Zeke is probably dead is crazy.
Is it though? With Levi there?
I mean, no, true.
Levi done chopped that man up how many times?
That's a fact. But like, what's going to happen now that the Beast Titan is going to be transferred to somebody randomly, right?
That's what happens when a random Titan dies. Yeah.
I hate it here.
Don't hate it.
I hate it here because I don't know what the fuck is going to happen and you do, and this shit always stresses me out. Levi's a demon. Levi's straight up demon. He was like, yo, you thought because you were using my people against me, motherfucker, that I wasn't going to come after you? Stupid.
Levi, he does everybody dirty, bro.
Yeah,
and it's like I'll give you this. Like, Mikasa is raw, but she ain't no Levi.
No.
She's not. I mean,
she is. She's just that sleeper agent type. And is Levi a sleeper agent too, since he's an Ackerman?
Well, apparently they get the headaches if when they unlock their Ackerman abilities, and Levi look like he's in a constant state of a headache.
That's true.
But I also don't think Levi, because he was trained by the assassin dude, I don't think he has those side effects anymore.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that shit was washed out of him. Right. And that assassin dude was a demon. Straight villain. I forgot about him.
I mean, to teach Levi, you gotta be.
Yeah. Interesting stuff, man. All I know is he was definitely pushing Armin and Mikasa away. What is the fucking... This is almost like ReZero. Not as... Because, like, I used to think I could predict what's going to happen in ReZero. I used to be cocky, and I used to be like, oh, this is about to happen. I'd be dead fucking wrong. I stopped doing that. I learned my lesson. I can't figure Attack on Titan out kind of like ReZero, but I'm going to be honest with you. And this is going to sound fucking crazy. I love Attack on Titan, but I just don't care. I just want to know what's going to fucking happen. I want this shit. I want these Titans. I want the Marleyan Titans to pull up. I want Eren to whoop their ass. I don't care about this subplot story, traitor switcheroo bullshit that's going on right now. I don't.
Real quick, Infamous Brave on Twitter said the only person Eren beat up in 4 seasons is what's his name? Is Armin.
That's just not true. It's just not.
That's he literally done fought Annie.
Yeah, whooped her ass.
She did put her hands on him.
Yeah,
but the second time he fought her, he actually got the best of her. But you know, she still came out slightly on top. The third time he fought her, he actually put her down, and Mikasa came up second. Really, Eren did that one. Then he fought the Armored Titan,
whooped her ass, or his ass. Sorry,
locked Rainer up twice. At that.
Bodied him. And then the Hammer Titan whooped her ass.
Now that's where I was giving him credit, is that the Warhammer Titan did start to body Eren early. But as soon as Eren figured out how the Warhammer Titan worked,
that's all it took.
He was like, that's it. I know that you're not even in that shell that you're pretending to be in, that you are actually here. And he takes him and gets the shell cracked open. How you take one Titan, use that Titan to crack another Titan open? Eren bodied basically 3 Titans at the same time. Now, yes, he had a little bit of help, but they had 3 Titans versus 1 Titan and a military force versus Eren and motherfucking Ackermans running around. Come on, bro. Like, y'all had cannons and Titans, and guns, and couldn't take Eren out. Eren deserves his credit for being at least a decent fighter.
Yeah, he's decent enough. But look, again, like I was saying, I love Attack on Titan. It's great. I'm ready. You know, I'm ready.
My bro.
I'm ready for this shit to end.
I love it.
I really, really am. Is that it?
No. What? ReZero.
Fuck, I'm tripping. Subaru. When Beatrice said Subaru for the first time in the entire show, like the entire 2 seasons of this show, this is the first time she said his name ever.
Yo, and she kept trying to push our dude out, and he's like, I'm not having this no more.
I'm done.
I'm not that person for you.
Mm-mm.
But what I am is not going to leave your ass here to burn and die for no reason.
Now, instead of me choosing you, motherfucker, you choose me. He signed a contract with Beatrice the Spirit, bro. How fucking dope is that? He signed a contract with Beatrice.
I'm sorry, that ending line she said, don't blame me for what happens next, I suppose. I was like, I fucking love Beatrice, bro.
I love her so. And the thing is when people hated Beatrice, I loved her the entire show.
I did too.
I loved her the entire fucking show. I cannot wait to rewatch this shit dubbed because I can't. There's so much I probably missed. But dude, there's so much symbolism that goes on in this show. It's crazy. After watching it the second time, I was just looking for little specific shit that happening. Right? Like, oh my God. No, I'm drawing blanks now. But it's fucking crazy to even think about like how deep that 400-year promise was to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit was crazy.
And how deep her love for the witch was.
Yes.
Like that witch really influenced her life and made her feel that like that book that she was given was everything, even though she had known that book had no words in it for years. So Beatrice knew or felt that no matter what she did, this was her life, that she was going to spend eternity in a library with no one for her.
Dude, just thinking about her asking these questions like, yeah, but you're human, to Subaru. She was saying like, let's create these great memories together. Let's do this together. Let's do this. But you're human. I live quadruple your lifetime. I live forever.
Yeah.
You are only a little piece. He's like, well, let's make this the best fucking piece of your life. A tear fell. A tear fucking
amazing.
fell. It was beautiful, man. I couldn't stop smiling. I was sad. I was happy at the same time. Those fucking rabbits pulled up to see.
Right. And to see Amelia pull up as well, like these rappers ain't gonna do whatever they want to on my time.
Man, it's everybody saved. It's just so much, man. It's just so much.
I'm ready to see what the spirit Beatrice does for Subaru.
Yo,
you know,
a contract with Beatrice.
We was talking about how weak Subaru was and stuff like that, like how he's for all the isekai we've watched, he's maintained his like weakness, right?
Yes.
But in the last like 5 episodes, he has the hands that protrude from his body, the vectors or whatever. And those have grown. I thought he had that one moment where multiple came out. Or was it just the one? Well, he has the vector, which means that's growing. He has that power now. And now he has a contracted spirit.
Fucking Beatrice too. Like,
right.
As powerful as Beatrice is,
we don't even know the extent of her power at that.
Man, we know enough, actually.
We know enough. You're right.
The first part of season 1 where she pulled up on Elsie with Subaru before his first death, she was put in a tour until they understood what she was. We
also know that like she wasn't going all the way out because she wanted to die.
That's true. She was trying to die. She was trying to be over with that fucking curse, but save Subaru at the same time. ReZero is just it's too good, man. It's too good.
To think that this next episode is gonna be it for the season.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh my God. I hope we get another director's cut.
So we gotta review this after review JJK.
Yeah. And That's a
director's
fact.
cut would be fire, bro.
Oh, we gotta rewatch it dubbed. Every time one of the voice actors tweet out like a clip of their dub scene, I fall in love with the show even more. Like the voice actor for Ram tweeted her scene with Garfield. Garfield is actually what's his name from Twitter? Zeno Robertson. Yeah,
He gets some great fucking roles, bro.
he's Garfield. So it's like, bro, that scene that them two had when Garfield was laying on Ram's lap and they were talking, they fucking killed that scene, man. I'm like,
know we're gonna love Garfield for sure.
absolutely. I'm like, this fucking dub is crazy. Crazy, man.
Damn, bro.
Shout out to Moody Senpai. She said she waiting for the whole thing to be dubbed before she watch it. So
You deserve that, Queen.
yes, wait. and then you're not gonna have to wait week to week for it either. Like that's changing the whole game.
Right.
I can't wait. Greatest show, greatest anime of all time. I don't care.
Our favorite.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. That's it.
Here's that recap, guys. It was this 2-hour episode.
No,
Who predicted that?
not even close. But it's,
All right.
it's actually quite average.
This is the recap. We just finished talking about ReZero and all its greatness. One of our personal favorites, on Mic Check Waifu. Goodness, Beatrice, you couldn't have took our hearts on that episode even more.
Mm-hmm.
Attack on Titan. We got 2 episodes and it was beautiful. What did you think about Savagery? What did you think about the second episode? Let us know what you think, how this season's going to end. Dr. Stone, the best episode this season. Goodness,
Thanks.
They finally came with some heat. Let us know if you've been liking Dr. Stone. Jujutsu Kaisen. Me and Polo thinking this might be a 10 out of 10, but we don't know. It's hard to not give it a 10.
Yeah.
We also had Get to Know Mic Check Waifu. Y'all can answer the questions along with us. Let us know what you think. And just remember, we'll be reviewing JJK next week with Noxy PM. As well as we were talking about, Polo was talking about I couldn't be a hero. So I became a register worker, and bro, that's trash, especially during the STEMI weekend. That's crazy. I rewatched Cash Earned Sins, and
that show is fantastic, actually, by the way. I just wanted to say that.
I'm sure it was. It was all the jiggle effects. Not Cash Earned Sins, though. It's a beautiful show. Not so beautiful story till towards the end, it gets a little bit better. And then Ori Shore, Polo watching the Ori Shore. If y'all watch it, what you think? Panda probably watched it. She watched too much stuff. That was episode 93.
I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
And I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram. And as always, Mic Check.
And that echo does sound better than the last one, bro. It's amazing.
It's back.
I can't wait to play Outriders, bro.
Facts.
I'm staying in my Trickster class.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Pyromancer then. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu.